If you get stuck, draw with a different pen. Change your tools. It may free your thinking. For 30 years, I've been exposed to soulless layouts made with felt tip pens on paper. It's true, the plainness does help focus on the idea, but it can also lead to dull layouts. Instead, do your layouts in watercolors, charcoals, pencils, fountain pens with real ink. Use decorating paints and brushes. Blow up minuscule layouts, whatever you can think of. It's not a solution, but it does open up the mind, and it's fun. I remember turning a £150,000 budget into a £200,000 budget just because I had done a watercolor storyboard. It charmed the client and set a look for the whole project. Oh, I didn't see you there. How's it going? I thought we'd just start a little Bitcoin talk show. It's not how good you are, it's how good you want to be. The world's best-selling book by Paul Arden. It's right there. It's going to be a bestseller. This guy doesn't mess around. But we don't have time for that. We're here for Bitcoin and Bitcoin Talk Show. Let's just get right into it. This is the good news edition of Bitcoin Talk Show. We're doing nothing but good news. If something's bad news, it's got to go. The price of Bitcoin was only down 0.2% today, with a last of 6,756, a high of 6,825, and a low of 6,656. That's $100 lower than we are right now. The price of Bitcoin in Satoshis is $1 for 14,822 Satoshis as we defend the 15,000 Satoshi barrier. Boo to 15,000. Yay to the old days of 5,000 Satoshis. Our top story, Kodak Coin inks Arena partnership to store NBA and NHL photos. This is a big surprise because everyone thought Kodak Coin was dead. Let's read more from CoinDesk.com. Its initial coin offering is still in progress, but a new announcement indicates that the team behind Kodak Coin is working to put the forthcoming so-called cryptocurrency to use. When Digital, the company that licensed the photocentric Kodak brand for a cryptocurrency and associated digital rights management platform, sounds like DLT technology, announced Monday that it's working with Oakview Group to bridge the sports world with the upcoming Kodak One platform. The idea is that fans and photographers at the 6 participating arena, including the San Jose Spurs AT&T Center, can upload and register sporting arenas. Fans will be encouraged to upload, register, and share their live event photos or videos on Kodak One and have the opportunity to be rewarded with payments in Kodak coin. So you print the money and then you give it to them. Okay. Well, that sounds great from Kodak Coin. It's not all bad news for Bitcoin. That's right. It's not all bad news. Good enough. Hodler's Digest, June 4th through 10th. Bitcoin adoption galore despite its 300th funeral. More than 300 negative articles about Bitcoin. Can you believe it? They don't even mention it in this article. Here it is, adoption. Leading U.S. cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase will soon be entering Japanese markets by applying for a license with Japan's financial regulator within the year. Coinbase is reportedly working with the Mitsubishi Financial Group on its path to enter Japan, as MUFG has been responsible for over 1 billion yen in Coinbase since 2014. Very cool. Bitcoin in Japan. Bitcoin price watch. Bitcoin USD bearish below 7,000. No bad news. Not bearish. Apple bans crypto mining on iPhones and iPads. Yay? As Bitcoin price slumps again. Boo! This is interesting, though, to see that Apple has banned crypto mining on iPhones and iPads, no doubt in an attempt to protect their users. It's very likely an app developer could have a cryptocurrency miner running in the background, taking away your processor time, making your iPhone or iPad not as good as it could be, and Apple has made it illegal in their Apple Store. So generally a good thing. Not like the time when Apple made all Bitcoin wallets illegal in their Apple Store. That was generally a bad thing. Bitcoin price, bloody Sunday, not caused by Conrail hack. And I agree with this. I don't think it was caused by the Conrail hack either. That was just a South Korean exchange. Exchanges in Bitcoin get hacked all the time. And most investors now that know that has nothing to do with Bitcoin. If they're a good investor and they're holding their own coins in a Trezor or a Ledger and an offline device, paper wallet, they know that it doesn't matter if Conrail gets hacked. However, CCN says, why is it going down? There's absolutely no reason that this smash and grab job at a local boutique should have sent Bitcoin down by $1,000. Why did it go down? They don't think that the Conrail hack will have significant ramifications in the long run. The industry has seen bigger hacks before, and other than a technical price level, this doesn't change much for the industry over the next 5 years. For now, the big money will most likely remain on the sidelines and wait for emerging markets to build momentum, as they did in 2016. Whether this happens over the course of a year or within a week, we'll have to wait and see. Bitcoin price plunges after cryptocurrency exchange is hacked. I thought you said it wasn't caused by the Conrail hack. Oh, but this is the Guardian. This is the mainstream media. They know that every cause has an equal event that links to it, a cause and an effect, forever linked, cause and effect. Bitcoin price plunges after hack of South Korean exchange, down 53% since December. Actually, you're connecting two different thoughts there. The Bitcoin price is down since December, but that's not related to the South Korean hack. Maybe you just don't like Bitcoin. Bitcoin struggles for direction after sharp price drop. That's not true at all. Bitcoin knows exactly where it is and exactly where it's going. Bitcoin has Google Maps. And Bitcoin price falls, but doesn't flatline. That's right. Bitcoin's down, but not out. We're not dead. And that's why we're here with a good news edition of the Bitcoin Talk Show. And we've got more good news. We may have found a bottom for Bitcoin, at least for right now. Looks like a low of 6,627, sticking again at 6,634, rising slightly to 6,684. And right now, we just don't know. We're looking at the 2-hour chart on Bitstamp. More good news. Special thanks to everyone who donated to the Mad Bitcoins desktop computer drive. We did it. We did it. Yesterday, it looked impossible. We had incredible donor support, but the price of Bitcoin fell 10%, meaning that the donations to this drive fell 10%. But hero donor 0.00025 and donor 0.5 came through and saved the day, winning the Mad Bitcoins desktop computer fundraiser. They said it was impossible. They said we needed an ICO, but they were wrong. Look at this right here. You can donate now to the Mad Bitcoins fundraiser right here. Any amount welcome. We may also get a new webcam or whatever else we can do to increase and improve the quality of the show. Maybe I'll run a big network cable through the whole house. Maybe not, though. Everyone hates that. Let's check in with the chat. What's going on? Mad Bitcoins is listening to ABBA. That is true. Oh my. They say, bring out the GIMP mask. Let's fiddle while Bitcoin burns. Hey, Thomas, how good do you want to be? 5 Satoshis good? Maybe we need some EOS maximalists to call in. And they say, this is but a scratch, but a scratch. And they say, oh, they're begging for money. Net neutrality must have got him. Someone said they shouldn't have quit their job in January. Their portfolio is bled dry. Yes, it might have been nicer to have a little bit more USD next time. Next time we're crazy up. Maybe we'll all sell a little bit more, but next time it'll go crazy up more. You can never predict this thing. No one knows. Blame the net neutrality. They're having a Bitcoin meetup in Toronto Thursday night. Check it out in Toronto. Very cool. Toronto Bitcoin meetup. I think I have some other friends and fans here on the show in Toronto. You guys should hang out. Oh, he doesn't like Germans. Don't mention the war. Oh, come on. We like people from Germany. It's cool now. I don't even want to mention the war. CoinRail, never heard of it. I agree. I never heard of it. They say it's a guppy. I agree it's a guppy. 23 Uvas is putting on his buying pants. You know what that means. Can we get a tracking number? Oh, for the computer? Oh, we'll do an update on the computer. He's a bear and he's bearish. It's okay. Bears need to shave. They need more information about the Bitcoin meetup in Toronto. Obviously, check out the meetup.com. They probably have a meetup.com webpage. Otherwise, I don't have the information. Check out some new artwork from Philippe. It's Wall Street's worst nightmare. Mad Bitcoins and the World Crypto Network. They just keep trying to sleep on Bitcoin, but Bitcoin just keeps coming back. Ooh. And also, if you'd like to be a co-host on the World Crypto Network or support the show in many ways, we have people that do timestamps, people that do moderation, people that do Twitter for us, people that make shows, people that contribute to shows with links, people that are helpful in the chat. A lot of people help us out here at the World Crypto Network. And if you'd like to help out, we're looking for you. And I was going to show the QR code one more time. You don't have to donate anymore. Right now, we're doing fine. But if you'd like to donate $5 or $10, it's always good to help out the World Crypto Network and to make shows like this possible. We do have the phone lines open on Skype, World Crypto Network, all one word. I'll try to keep the show open for a little while. I do have a stack of books here. And you know what that means. I could always read some more books. We went through the news of the day. We're checking out the price of Bitcoin, which is $6,744. And we just want to thank all of our donors and everyone for giving us a thumbs up and a share, helping everyone support the show, making it possible. And spoiler alert, even though the donation drive wasn't exactly kicking off gangbusters, I had faith in you guys. Plus, I'm an American, right? So I had a credit card. So I was like, well, I may as well do this, right? Ba 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 ba. It's all crooked still, but there it is. You can see yourself, and you can see the computer. That's right. It's a iMac. So it's hard to do the camera with a cable on it, but there it is. You can see the rug. You can see my Amsterdam flag before I get any angry calls about what the Amsterdam flag looks like. Amsterdam's a city in the Netherlands, and that's what their flag looks like. And yeah, I hung it the other direction. But yeah, new computer, didn't have to plug anything in, just sit down, do the show. Here we are, 155 live viewers. Ask me some questions. Give me a call on Skype, World Crypto Network, all one word. This is a celebratory show. This is what's good about Bitcoin. Thanking everyone for their donations to the show, for helping me buy a new computer so that I can just sit down and do shows, which is what I'm doing. So success to everyone who donated. Now I have a 50-50 shot. Which window did I get? I don't think I got the right window. But I'm going to go back one more time to the other window to say what's up to the chatters. And to here it is. What else is going on? They say the mic is off. I think the mic's still working. Mac, you traitor. Oh, I've been a Mac user for quite a while now. Not to say that I wasn't a hardcore PC user in the 90s, and there's a delay in the sound. Oh well. I mean, generally there is a delay, but we're still set to the right one. Yep, ID4. This is the best we got. Let me know how it goes. But yeah, I've been a Mac user for a while now. It's just nicer to get your work done on the PC. I always had to install drivers or fix the operating system or run defrag or some kind of thing. And just on the Mac, I can just get right in there, edit some video, and be done with it. So that's why I'm in a Max BCI Summit. I don't know what that means. Bearish troll box action. Yes, there's a lot of action in the troll box. Can I read a sex scene from Atlas Shrugged? Well, actually, Atlas Shrugged I left at home. I don't have a copy with me. And I'm not sure what they're saying about the echo or the delay. I don't think it's coming out of my headphones. As far as I know, we should be solid here. Naked Lunch. Oh, yeah, Naked Lunch is a good book. I've read that all the way through. Most people I don't think have. I mean, and not to say that I understand Naked Lunch in every scene or anything like that. I'm not being ridiculous, but no, it's just a crazy book. It's a crazy world that he creates that you visit. They say Fountainhead is better than Atlas Shrugged. I like Fountainhead too. Atlas Shrugged has the big speech which no one reads. Even I can't get through it. But the rest of the book is fun. It has an interesting but good message. Yeah, and I don't think they do volunteer for reading for audiobooks, but that would be cool. I do this show as a volunteer read. I thought that maybe the afternoon time, kind of a drive time thing, but maybe we're still too early for the East Coast. We're about 15 minutes before 3 hours, which will be 5 o'clock East Coast time. But let's just start with a little entertainment here from Charles Bukowski. Sifting through the madness for the word, the line, and the way. He says, time to water the plants and feed the cat. That woman took longer to dress than any woman I have ever known. One night we first made love, then it took it, then looked at TV, then we slept. In the morning she was up, getting ready to go to work. I watched her through narrowed eyes. I checked her buttocks and legs. I got tired of that. It was around 7:30 a.m. and I went back to sleep. I awakened at 8, walked to the bathroom, pulled open the door. I screamed. She was standing there naked in front of the mirror. Jesus Christ, I thought. I said, I thought you'd gone to work. Do you want to use the bathroom? She asked. No, it's all right. I went back to bed. Soon she came in and kissed me goodbye with those big red lips, and I smelled her good perfume. Phone me at work, she said. It always cheers me up. After she left, I went in and had a shower. I found a Fresca in the refrigerator. I drank that and went back to sleep. I had a real hot dream. Two women were fighting each other. Each wanted to give it all to me. The first one would win for a while, and then the other one would pull her off and have her turn, until the first one pulled her off, and etc. I awakened. I was steaming. Then I got up and took a cold bath, got dressed, and then phoned her at work. I gotta go home now, I told her. Oh, she said, just stay one more night. No, I answered, I can't. Why? She asked. I've got to go home, water the plants, feed the cat, I explained. Do that and come back. We'll have dinner out. I know a great place, she said. It's on me. I've got to go home, I said. I've got to rest. But, she said, you rest all the time. You're always in bed. How about this weekend, I asked. Suppose I see you this weekend. It's already Thursday. Well, all right, bad boy, she answered. This weekend, then. I got into my Volks and drove away from there. A man in his late 50s has to pace himself, and some women expect love to be inexhaustible. So there you go. Charles Bukowski poem. Sorry if it's not appropriate anymore. It's a Bukowski poem. It's his words. And just randomly selected that from this book, Sifting Through the Madness for the Word, the Line, and the Way. The phone lines are still open. You can call us on Skype, World Crypto Network, all one word. What if I type that in? Skype, World Crypto Network. What are your thoughts on the Bitcoin price? Tell me something good about Bitcoin. It doesn't have to be a big thing, doesn't have to be a small thing. But if you don't call in, I will read some more, and we will look towards ending this show around 2 o'clock. Thoughts about BCI Summit. I don't know what BCI Summit is. Is it a meetup or is it a video card? So I just don't have any information on that. You tell me what it is, I'll try to tell you my thoughts on it. Oh, I'm not reading that. The Samurai book, one of the chapters is the training and position of women. I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole, but that's just the name of the chapter. So let's go back to a chapter about honor. This is much better. This is from The Code of the Samurai, Bushido, the Soul of Japan. And if you call in, I will stop reading. The sense of honor, implying a vivid consciousness of personal dignity and worth, could not fail to characterize the samurai, born and bred to value the duties and privileges of their profession. Though the word ordinarily given nowadays as the translation of honor is not used freely, yet the idea was conveyed by such terms as na, name, menmoku, countenance, guai bun, outside hearing, reminding us respectively of the biblical use of name, the evolution of the term personality from the Greek mask, and of fame. A good name, one's reputation, the immortal part of oneself, what remains being bestial, assumed as a matter of course, any infringement upon its integrity was felt as shame, and the sense of shame, renshishin, was one of the earliest to be cherished in juvenile education. You will be laughed at. It will disgrace you. Are you not ashamed? Were the last appeal to correct behavior on the part of a youthful delinquent. Such a recourse to his honor touched the most sensitive spot in the child's heart, as though it had been nursed on honor while it's in its mother's womb. For truly it is honor as a prenatal influence, being closely bound up with strong family consciousness. In losing the solidarity of families, said Balzac, society has lost the fundamental force with which Montesquieu named honor. Indeed, the sense of shame seems to me to be the earliest indication of the moral consciousness of our race. The first and worst of that forbidden tree was, to my mind, not the sorrow of childbirth, nor the thorns and thistles, but the awakening of the sense of shame. Few elements in history excel the pathos, the scene of the first mother, and shame. So he's talking about honor, and he's talking about shame, and he's talking about the consciousness of personal dignity and worth. And I think that integrity is important in Bitcoin. If you think about Bitcoin, Bitcoin is a contract. Bitcoin is a contract based on truth, and that there is a truth into the amount of Bitcoin that you have and truth to the amount of Bitcoin you send. Once you send them, they're gone, and you can't do anything else with them. Once you receive them, they're yours, and only you can decide what to do with them next. They say the BCI Summit is in New York City today, and it's a Bitcoin summit. Well, I hope it's a Bitcoin summit. I fear that it's probably a blockchain summit. A lot of things these days are more about blockchain than Bitcoin. So I prefer the original. We do have just a little bit more time left to see if there's any available callers in this brief update half-hour format. Did want to give a shout out to our Patreons on the World Crypto Network. Sign up now at patreon.com. Any amount you want to support the show monthly. We have 19 patrons donating more than $77 a month. Over on the Mad Bitcoins Patreon, we're doing very well. We've been running this for a few years. We have 80 patrons at $433 a month. We are checking in with the chat. They say the weekly signal was bad, and we may see $4,000 to $5,000 if we don't move higher this week. The price of Bitcoin was $6,770. We are seeing a small upward formation, but this is on the 2-hour chart, so it doesn't really mean that much. Price has declined from a recent steady level in the $7,200 to $7,700 range, and now we're down to $6,700. Was going to do one more reading. Say, how long will you be in Vegas? You'll be there August 20th. That sounds like the middle of the heat. I've heard that Vegas gets over 110 degrees from July to August to September. So I'm considering not being here, but we'll have to see how that goes. I may just be in town then. And if not, we are currently having Bitcoin meetups every week. This week, we're having a Bitcoin meetup on Thursday at 7 p.m. at Aces and Ales in Las Vegas. It's out in the suburbs. There should be a parking lot, no problem. But that's about it for this episode of Bitcoin Talk Show. Oh, here we go. Hello, caller. You're live on the World Crypto Network. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Thomas. This is Hitesh from Toronto.
Hey, Hitesh. What are your thoughts about Bitcoin today?
Nothing. It's the same old. Seen some good developments on Lightning Network with the atomic swaps, which is good.
Do they have an iOS wallet for Lightning Network yet?
What's that?
Lightning Network. Do they have an iOS wallet yet, or is it mainly on the Android?
No, Eclair is on Android. I don't think there is a mainnet Lightning iOS wallet. At least I haven't seen one.
They should get on that. I'd like to try it out, and I don't want to go buy an Android just to have to try it out. That seems reckless.
Even I have an iPhone. I haven't played with the Lightning wallet. I've used Zap's Lightning wallet on my MacBook, which works amazingly.
Well, that sounds pretty good. I should try that out then.
Pretty smooth. Yeah, it's pretty good. Except the first time when I launched it, took a while to sync the nodes. I don't know what that was about, but yeah, apart from that, you just leave it up. I left it for about 30 minutes. It took 30 minutes to load it up for the first time, but after that, it was pretty smooth.
That sounds pretty good. Yeah, I haven't.
There's a nice website where to basically read the complete article, you have to transfer some testnet bitcoins to them via Lightning so that you'll be able to read the article. It's a nice way to test the Lightning Network too.
That's pretty clever. That seems like a good idea. I'd like to do that. I know the early articles of Vitalik Buterin on Bitcoin.com or Bitcoin Magazine. Sorry, he used to put up about half the article, and then he'd ask people for donations. When he reached a certain level, he'd put up the other half.
Yeah, that's the same concept with this, but except you're not using real Bitcoins, you're using testnet Bitcoins, and you pay them via Lightning.
Well, that sounds pretty cool, except for the testnet part.
I mean, people are still not on the mainnet Lightning. The mainnet Lightning is still small. I think once it becomes big enough, we might have a lot of websites which have that, the option to do something like that. Or maybe WordPress can integrate it into their system by just a click of a button. But yeah, for now, just to give users the hang of how Lightning works, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it does sound good. I would like to order those stickers from Blockstream. Everyone's showing pictures of them on Twitter. I'm feeling left out there.
It's such a long time. It's just that setting up a node. I run a full node, but setting up a Lightning node is not an easy task. It takes a lot of work, and I just haven't. I've been being lazy to put in the work, so I just took Zap's Lightning wallet because you didn't have to set up a full node, and my MacBook just had like 128 gig memory in it, so that wallet would just work fine.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
I can't sync a full node on my MacBook.
Yeah, I know you can't download any of the old wallets anymore. The giant Ethereum chain, the giant Bitcoin chain, both of them will grind away for weeks. Yeah.
It is a mess. I know a guy at work. He used to run a full Ethereum node and he used to mine Ethereum, and now he just ended up joining a pool and screw the shit because holding up the whole chain is pointless.
Yep. It's just the way it's done now. It's not the way.
That's what I like smart about what Bitcoin is doing by not bloating the blockchain. Like Bitcoin Cash has some useless applications. I think they made a Twitter clone. I think it's called Cash.memo. So it's a Twitter clone, but I think it stores everything on the blockchain. Like eventually, you're gonna, if you go up to go to Twitter scale, you need like 1 GB block to do it. And I don't see the point of that application. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool science project, like computer science project.
Yeah, it seems it would be pretty easy to just fill that blockchain up. If they let you
Yeah,
put stuff in it and you wanted to attack it and take it down, or if someone published something that you didn't like, you could just keep filling it up with stuff until they stop running it. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah, running a full node is really important. What I think for people, for everybody to make this whole thing work, I don't want it to become, bloated up with like 50 terabyte blockchain where I need to host a server just to, you know, validate my transactions, which is kind of stupid.
Well, that's not what Craig Wright says. Craig Wright says the opposite. He says you should have to have a $200,000 computer to run the Bitcoin.
I mean, this is one thing that bothers me regarding Craig Wright, right? I mean, yeah, he cannot prove it that he's Satoshi. All that is a scam. He's a scammer. Fine. All that well said and done, right? But I don't get why Bitcoin Cash. I don't think it's a scam because I mean they wanted to fork. They forked off the network, which is fair enough. Everybody has a right to do so, right? Roger Ver with his marketing scheme, like, I think his heart is at a good place, but the way he's doing things, he's misled, and the way he's doing things, not I don't support it. But again, it's his choice. Craig Wright, everybody knows he's a scam. I don't know why everybody gives him any credit.
It is pretty strange to see it continue on after all these years. When it first started out, as with everything, we're excited to have a new Satoshi. It doesn't really matter who it is, whoever it is, it solves the mystery until we find out once again that the new Satoshi is not actually Satoshi. And from that point on, you'd think people would lose interest in him, but for some reason, he seems to have some level of credibility.
I don't get it. It's kind of funny. We just need it's a simple way to prove yourself Satoshi, right? Just sign a message. That's all you need. You don't need anything else. You just have to sign a message with the private keys, right? With Satoshi's private keys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you couldn't do that, then that's it. He's not Satoshi. I mean, tomorrow I'm going to go claim that I am Satoshi and then give an elaborate explanation why I am Satoshi. And I want to see how many people, start believing me.
I think you have an equally good claim. I think you both have equally good claims, and now I can't make any decisions.
Yeah. All I need is a BBC reporter that comes in, and I show it to him on a computer that I'm Satoshi, and I tell him I'm never going to come in the media ever again. This is the first and the last time I'm coming in.
There it is.
And then
proved it just that one time.
Twitter and I'm running Reddit, and then I just fork off the network with my new ideas. Pretty good way to make money, right?
It seems like it.
Like that. Because I'd be so free.
Well, it's the wild, wild west out here in Bitcoin. There's a lot of great ways for scammers to make money, and making your own copy of Bitcoin is a pretty great way to do it.
I've not spoken, but I've heard some devs from Bitcoin Cash, and they really think that 8 MB block is good, and the whole development they're taking is good. And those people are not. I don't believe they're scammers. Even they do not support Craig Wright. And in a way, I feel even they're kind of stuck with Craig Wright. I don't know what's going on with that.
If you're in a project that is surrounded by known scammers, there's a possibility that project is fake and you should get out of there. If you're a Bcash developer with integrity and you're thinking about this Satoshi thing and it doesn't add up and you think it's time to leave, you should leave. Yeah, you don't gain anything by staying there longer. once you've made a mistake, if you just stay there longer, you're just compounding the mistake.
Yeah, that's true. But again, the developers do not. I don't think they are in Bitcoin Cash because of Craig Wright or Roger Ver. They just believe in the tech, and that's what they are working on, working towards. Bitcoin ABC, Unlimited. I mean, yeah, Jihan is a big investor in Bitcoin ABC, but I don't think he has ever told them, you know, to implement something in Bitcoin what shouldn't be implemented.
Well, as long as they don't implement SegWit, right? Because if they implement SegWit, it breaks ASIC boost, and that ruins the whole game. But yeah, I could see how as a developer you could make a lot of money working for Jihan. There's nothing wrong with that. Bitmain is a very, 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 very big company with $4 billion in profit. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to have to work for them and going to develop some kind of software.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we are in a capitalist society, right? This is not a socialist society. So at the end of the day, everybody wants to make money for themselves, and no one's here to do social service. I mean, no matter how much you tell, like I'm in here for the tech, or I'm in this for, to see everybody get financial inclusion and everything. But somewhere down the line, when there's $4 billion at stake, it's very hard for somebody. Not everybody is Satoshi, right?
Everybody has a little bit of Satoshi in them. I think that this is an incredible project that we're all a part of, with the creator just leaving it and leaving it out here. And there's no one to market it. There's no one to celebrate this when it goes down and they write all the negative articles about it. There's no one to refute it, because Bitcoin is just an open source project on the internet started by a strange and mysterious person or a group of persons. So
that's perfect. I mean, I wouldn't want Satoshi to come back, or even if I mean, I don't see the. I mean, Satoshi comes back, it would just ruin the whole project. That's what I kind of feel. In this industry, right? In cryptocurrencies, you kind of fail by being successful.
Mm.
Like every ICO has a leader, and to bring it down, all you gotta go is to go to the leader, right? Call Vitalik uncle, he'll roll back the chain.
Sure.
You go to anybody, you can get the chain rolled back. And now Satoshi, if Satoshi really wanted to get rid of his coins, maybe there could be a system where his coins just go towards, as mining rewards followed on, like carry forward or something, block rewards or something. But
Yeah, I think it's more likely that he doesn't have access to those coins. It seems just like throwing them away is the best decision, and it just improves everything. And if he does have access, then his security is at risk, the team's security is at risk, and there could be a whole situation of the team ending up like Reservoir
even
Dogs.
if I put myself or anybody in place of Satoshi, right? If I had those keys initially when Bitcoin launched, right, and I mined, let's say, 10,000 coins or something, or 200,000 coins, and if they were worth like 1 penny, I wouldn't take care of those keys properly, right?
No, of course not. Well, remember that Bitcoin had no value at all. Like even a penny, even a penny's unfair because if you had 1,000,000 pennies, it's still a lot of money. But if you had 1,000,000 nothings, how many nothings can you have? And he's running this nothing network, and he's got his buddy Hal Finney working on it, maybe one or two other guys. And do you just save those keys, or I've written programs before. If you don't write a little buffer, the program will just run, and then nothing gets saved. It just goes away.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you think Satoshi did that, or do you think
a
we
lot to
saved
think
them
about.
all?
And yeah, but whatever happened for the good.
They say in the chat that 3 nothings make a something.
Yeah.
It's good they're keeping score. But thanks so much for the call, Hitesh. Give us a call anytime, man.
Thank you so much for your show.
Yeah, it's good to hang out, and just wanted to celebrate. Got a little donations there, and maybe we found a bottom for Bitcoin. We don't know. But we're checking it out.
I don't think this is the bottom. I mean, I don't want to be negative out here, but
not the bottom.
I mean, I still have my coin, so I would love to shoot up from here. But yeah, we overshot to the upside. Now we got to overshoot to the downside. That's how markets work, right?
We'll have to see. Yeah. We'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah, it was nice talking to you today.
It's good talking to you. Yeah. Call anytime, man. And you can give us a call now live on Skype at World Crypto Network, all one word. Are you chatting in the chat, but you want to talk in the talk? Get Skype on your phone. Call us in. Looking at the chat, they're saying that the BCI, Bitcoin and Cryptocurrency Investment Summit is today and tomorrow in New York City. So there it is, a free plug for the BCI, whatever that is. There's a lot of conventions these days with a lot of fancy names, and they're charging a lot of money. And maybe they're talking to some fancy people in Bitcoin, but I hate to, sound like Goodwill Hunting here or anything, but you could probably learn anything you learn at the convention with $5 at YouTube on your public library, and you could just watch anything you want. So I think that's the thing. What do you think about doing Bitcoin treasure hunts for fun? I think it would be fun. What I especially think that would be good for is the existing geocaching community. And I don't know if that's still a thing, if people have GPSs on their phone like they used to have standalone devices. But if you found a geocache and there was $5 in Bitcoin in there and it hadn't been opened in 3 years, that would be a good amount of Bitcoin. So I think that would be a fun way to spice up your geocaches. And the company Airbits that used to do a Bitcoin wallet, they did do a fun little thing where they had business cards that had a little bit of Bitcoin on them, and they kind of hid them all over the city. And then they gave out clues about where they were hidden. And it was pretty cool. It was back in the day. And they're saying, Martin is saying in the chat that they did that in 2013. They printed paper wallets. They hid them all over the city. See, it's pretty cool. It's totally doable. And that's what's fun about Bitcoin is not just, silly ideas like I put up this graphic and I said, hey, you should donate and buy me a computer. And that was a silly idea. But silly ideas like that work in Bitcoin. And once we did a thing where we had a costume contest where I went to Comic-Con or something like that in San Jose, and all these girls and guys, they cosplay and they dress up in fancy outfits and they make the outfits. And I gave each of them a paper wallet sealed in an envelope. And I said, this is the only copy of this key. Like, this is it. If you lose it, it's gone. And then we had people at home donate Bitcoin to the one that they liked the best. And the one they liked the best was this alien costume. It got around $300 at the time in Bitcoin, and it's probably worth a lot more now. We should do a follow-up episode again, checking in with the cosplay contest and what happened. So, and you could also, like they're saying in the chat, you could check in on the people. The last time I checked, I think only around 3 of the 10 had moved their coins. So the other 7 may be forever lost for all we know. But I did assure each one of them, I said that, there could be money inside here. As I was giving it to them, the wallet was empty. But what's neat is that we went home and everyone donated, and each person that participated in the contest got at least $10. So it was pretty cool. So, and they say there's still some paper wallets out there from the contest that you could find, old Airbits wallets. And if Airbits kept all the keys, they could just slurp all those down. But otherwise, there's a cute little amount of money out there on a business card somewhere. Of course, business cards don't last forever, though. But it doesn't seem like we have that many calls at this hour. We might try again later today, but it's good to just try these out. I wanted to celebrate the new Philippe artwork and announce the co-hosting and celebrate that we got a little bit of donations. And let's see, drink a little bit more water. And as a special treat for those of you who have hung in through the entire show, I'm going to read the first chapter of my, I don't know what to call it. Let's call it a novella, because it's a short novel of a short novel that I wrote last year during 2 years ago during National Novel Writing Month. So I'm looking to try to get this edited, put together as a Kindle book, maybe a small paperback, and then people can read it. And I don't think it's the greatest book of all time, but it's kind of fun and it's light, and maybe it's young adult or something like that. And we're going to give it a try right here. Yeah, it's like a pamphlet. It's a novella. It's a small novel. So here we go. The ship crashed through the ceiling, and then suddenly there was a hole in my roof. I heard a loud bang around 12:35 a.m., but by then I didn't care because I was launching my coin and I didn't need any distractions. Besides, I kept my headphones up so loud that there's no way I could be expected to hear anything. The dog was going nuts though. But that's the dog. The dog has his own issues. What's a coin? How can I make one? These are good questions. But what about the hole in my roof? I slept on the couch that night as per usual. It was simply closer to the computer. If I'd gone upstairs, I would have seen a diamond-shaped spaceship hanging out of my ceiling and a pink alien sleeping in my bed. To say he made himself at home is to put things lightly. I met the alien the next morning over coffee. It smelled like coffee, but it also smelled like something was burning. Both were right. I rolled over on the couch, sat up, and rubbed my eyes. Groggy. There was a bald pink alien burning bacon in the kitchen. He was wearing a black trench coat, which seemed overdressed for the kitchen. He looked just like a person, but he was bald and pink. My dog was sitting on the kitchen floor, his tail sweeping the dust behind him. His bowl was piled high with bacon. He munched with a big smile. Man's best friend indeed. I hope you don't mind, he said, breaking the silence. I fed your pooch. He brought me a cup of coffee and I drank it. Sure, it could have been poisoned or maybe turned me into a goddamn alien, but I drank it anyway. I needed the caffeine. Who am I? What am I doing here? He said. The usual questions. Yeah, pretty much, I said, nonplussed. I expected a little bit more reaction for a human seeing their first alien. Maybe a freak out or some violence or a little bit of take me to your leader. But this is all you've got? It's early. Indeed, he said, nodding and pulling up my computer chair behind him, his coffee not looking out of place in my I'm with stupid mug. Well, you have no reason to worry, my good human friend, for I come in peace and all that nonsense. I'm sorry about your roof, but I'm sure everything from here will go incredibly smoothly. While you may not have heard of me, I can assure you, I am an expert. I am here to help. He paused and drank from the stupid mug. The pause was more than just a pause. It was theatrical. My name is Satoshi Nakamoto. Things got worse. I'd heard of him. And that's a brief reading from my potentially to be released novella or novel or whatever you want to call it. Thanks so much for watching, giving us a thumbs up and a share. We had just a few calls today, and we might check in later to see if there are more calls and to continue celebrating the incredible and wonderful donations to my desktop computer drive. We did it. Until next time, bye-bye.